Hello, my lovely Zenners. Today, I wanted to share some things that my life has taught me. I grew up reading Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and over the years, I have also read a lot of other spiritual traditions and a lot of books by philosophers and spiritual teachers. And pretty much the gist of everything that I have learned keeps taking me back to the key teachings of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So let me share with you something. So in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Guru talks about building our own connection with the bigger power that created all of us and trusting in it. And that trust is very powerful and can help us deal with all our problems. One of the deepest teachings of Guru Granth Sahib Ji is that most suffering comes from forgetting three things. First, God is with you, or the divine with you is with you all the time. Second, everything changes. And third, you are more than your fears, more than your losses and your worldly identity. And for all our problems, Gurbani returns us to a simple medicine, remembering divine through Naam Simran. Or you can choose any technique that works for you. Accept Hukam. That means the divine will. What happens is what you accept. Third, live truthfully. Fourth, serve others. And fifth, let go of ego. A beautiful line is from Guru Granth Sahib Ji is that when I stopped fighting life and trusted the divine, I found peace. So let's talk about our simple problems. First is anxiety and worry. When I feel anxious and worried about the future, I remind myself that the one who created me is also taking care of me. Worry cannot change tomorrow. I will do my best, trust, and leave the outcome in divine hands. Feeling alone. So when I feel alone, unloved, or forgotten, I remember that the divine is always with me. Even when people leave, the divine does not leave you. And you're never truly alone because the divine always lives within me, within you. Our third problem, feeling rejected or not good enough. When you feel rejected or not good enough, remind yourself that your worth does not come from other people's opinions. You are valuable because you are created by the divine and carry the divine light within yourself. Our next problem that I can think of is, what if you're going through grief, loss, and heartbreak? When you feel any of those things, remember that everything in this world is temporary. People and circumstances come and go, but the soul and the love of the divine remains forever. Let yourself grieve, but do not lose hope. Jealousy and comparison. When you feel jealous of others, remind yourself that everyone has a different journey and timing. What is meant for you will come to you. You do not need to compare your life to anyone else's. Anger. When you feel angry, remind yourself to pause before you speak. Anger comes when your ego is hurt. Take a breath. Remember a power greater than yours and choose peace over reaction. So, what does Gurbani say about fear? When you feel afraid, you remember that divine is with you in every moment. You do not need to carry your fears alone. Have faith in the divine. You can walk through anything. Feeling like a failure. When you do feel like a failure, remind yourself that your worth is not based on success or achievement. Every mistake can teach you something and bring you closer to the wisdom of the divine, which is humility. Overthinking. When you're overthinking and your mind will not rest, you bring yourself to the present moment by repeating whatever mantra or meditation. You can say Vaheguru gently, slowly, until your mind becomes quiet and your heart becomes calm. Regret about the past. Remind yourself that divine grace is bigger than your mistakes. You cannot change yesterday, but you can learn, grow, and begin again today. When life feels unfair, remember that you may not understand everything now, but there is a wisdom greater than your understanding. You will trust the journey and keep walking with courage and faith. What about pride and ego? When you feel pride, ego, or the need to prove yourself, you remind yourself that true peace comes from humility. You do not need to be better than anyone else. You only need to come closer to divine. What if you feel spiritually empty? When you feel empty inside, remember that your soul is longing for its true home. Sit in silence, pray, meditate, read something positive. Remember the greater wisdom and let your heart be filled again. When you're dealing with difficult people, what do? You remind yourself not to become like those who hurt you. Stay kind, protect your peace, and let divine guide your response. What if there are money problems? When you're worried about money, remind yourself to work honestly. Live simply and trust that the divine will provide what you truly need. Wealth may come and go, but peace comes from faith. How do you let go? When you cannot let go of someone or something, remind yourself that what is truly meant for you will remain. So release what you cannot control and trust divine with what comes and what goes. Feeling misunderstood. When you feel that no one understands you, remember that the divine knows every thought, every wound, and every longing in your heart. Say to yourself, I am seen, understood, and loved by the divine. What if you're looking for a purpose? When I search for purpose, I remind myself that my purpose is not only to achieve or succeed. My true purpose is to become more loving, truthful, kind, and connected to divine. And I sincerely keep working for that. Now, what if you're tired and wanting to give up? When you're tired and feel like giving up, remind yourself that you have survived difficult days before. Rest if you need to, but do not lose hope. Even in darkness, divine is still with you. And lastly, my favorite verse. Jo tud pave, sai palikar, tu sada salamat, nirankar. Whatever is your will, I trust. And it is the best because you are here with me forever. Love to you all. Keep zenning.